morning.
Hey, TJ, can you hear us?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, TJ. Can you hear us?
I can hear you good, Sandra.
All right, thank you.
We're gonna begin with prayer this morning. We pray, yes. Lord, thank you, God, this day for your wonderful love for us, Lord. We ask you, God, to be with us, help us to make the right decisions during the day, God. We ask you to go with us and bring us today in Jesus' name. Board is made up of 13 members, 7 RNs and 4 LPNs, 1 physician, 1 consumer. We are a 3-member panel with 1 serving as an alternate. At this time, serving as an alternate, but who will not participate either in the deliberation or the decision concerning this case. At this time, I'll introduce the panel.
Sandra Walker, LPN.
Nancy Norris Johnson, LPN.
Carly Walker, LPN. And
TJ Adams, RN.
Serving as our Assistant Attorney General is Kristen Love, and I'll introduce.
Good morning. I am Kristen Love, your hearing officer for today's hearings. My role during the course of this proceeding will be to rule on objections to questions or evidence raised by the parties, to see to the orderly process of the proceedings, and to ensure that the proceedings are conducted in accordance with the applicable rules and regulations. The board members have introduced themselves. I'll allow the attorney.
Brandon Walker.
And is, which matter are we starting with today?
Miss April Ism.
Who here this morning? Isom? Are you ready? It's Isom. Are you represented by counsel? No. No. Okay, I need to ask you a few questions. So, do you understand the charges that are against you today? And do you understand that you have the right to be represented by counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Notwithstanding the same, understanding the charges against you and your right to counsel, you still want to proceed today without an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any preliminary matters?
Yes, Your Honor, if we get it introduced in evidence, B1 through B8.
Okay, well, this time I'll let the court reporter swear in the parties that will be testifying today.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Okay, you may proceed with your preliminary matters.
We are here today because Ms. Ism's actions while working at Tupelo Nursing and Rehabilitation Center or lack thereof led to a patient under her care being found approximately 2.6 miles away from the facility. Ms. Ism admitted to charting that hourly checks were made on the patient, but that she never actually checked on the patient after 12 a.m. Mississippi Code annotated 73-15-29-1L states that the board has the authority to take disciplinary action on a licensee, on the license of a licensee who is engaged in unprofessional conduct as identified by the board in its rules. Title 30 of the Mississippi Administrative Code, Part 2820, Rule 1.2E4, defines unprofessional conduct as failure to maintain medical records in a professional manner by making false entries in patient records. Ms. Isom's actions also violate Mississippi Code annotated 73-15-29-1G, which also states it is a violation to falsify entries on records. Pursuant to the authority found in Mississippi Code annotated 73-15-29-1, this board has the power to take disciplinary action on the license of Ms. Isom as it sees fit.
In your exhibits, you mentioned earlier,
B1 through B8.
B1 through B8, you want those introduced?
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections to that, Ms. Isom?
No, ma'am.
No objections, so those exhibits will be introduced. The order of these proceedings, we'll have opening statements, direct examination, cross-examination. You might have questions from the board. We will allow questions from the board panel to you. And then at the conclusion, we'll allow for closing statements as well. So are you ready to proceed? You as well? I'll allow you to call your first witness.
I'd like to call Jaquita Davis. Your Honor. Ms. Davis, would you please state your name, county residence, and current place of employment for the record?
Yes, Jaquita Davis, Madison. And I work with Mississippi Board of Nursing,
And how long have you worked for the Board of Nursing?
6 years,
And what is it that you do for the board?
nurse investigator.
If you would you please turn to what's been marked as B2 and identify that document, please?
Yes, this is a licensure document.
And when does it say that Ms. Isom was first licensed in Mississippi?
September the 24th, 2007,
And what was she licensed as?
at LPN.
If you would, turn to page 7 and ID that document, please.
The complaint,
And what are the charges against Ms. Isom?
charge 1, Mississippi Code annotated